All right, I'm going to walk you through the course here. So I am in the Blackboard course. I'm going to go to the Start Here module, expand that out. I'm just going to go right to syllabus. So come here, you can click on this little down arrow, or if you want to download it, you can click these little three dots here. And looking through the syllabus, there's kind of basic information here. Coming down. All right. So this class uses an e-textbook. So you will access the book through the McGraw-Hill website. There are links within Blackboard that just take you to everything you need to go to. So you really, I don't think you ever really need to go to the website itself. However, you will need to create an account and sign up for access. All of that should be included with the fees, the digital fees you paid for when you register for the class. Um, Okay, you need to do the attendance verification, which is the syllabus quiz. You'll see that at the end of the Start Here module. That needs to be done, or we assume you're not really serious about taking the class and the school will drop you. That is their policy, not mine. If I don't hear from you by the time this is due in any format, then they will drop you. The things you need to do in this class to pass. You will have reading assignments. Again, you will read the book online in the e-textbook. It's kind of cool. It's like a normal book. You can highlight, you can bookmark, you can take notes, you can do all the things. But there are these little reading questions in there, comprehensive questions. You need to answer those. That actually goes towards your grade. Um, it's not even supposed to let you progress through the chapter if you don't answer them, but I don't know, there might be workarounds for that. But yeah, you do need to answer those questions. Um, then there are separately an assignment of chapter questions. These are also done in Connect, but that is kind of like, I guess, the homework to make sure you're really understanding your reading. Then there are discussion board posts. So this class, we're going to cover two chapters a week. So you'll read two chapters, do two of like the homeworks, and then you'll research something relevant to one of the chapters you've read. So you'll only have one discussion board post each week, not two. And that's going to be an environmental issue related to one of the chapters, and it could be current or previous, and you'll have to come up with like your fix, either what you would do or what was done, and then you will need to respond to other posts and evaluate the solution or suggest any improvements to what they propose or what was done. At the end of each unit, you will have some Google Earth exercises also done in Connect, as well as some quizzes that are done in Connect. Then you will have this as final exam, but it's really a final presentation where you will be petitioning Congress to either fund your environmental project or idea or to vote for an environmental law that you want to put in place. I do offer extra credit. It is a one shot, so you only get to do this once, and you cannot do the same thing for this class and the lab and get extra credit in both of them. So you'll have to do it at two different events if you want to do it for both this and the lab. But what it is you'll need to go to an organized environmental event. You submit proof of participation and an essay of what you did and what you learned. And then that will give you 500 extra credit points. Environmental events could be, oh, there's just so many. I think the Lexington Parks and Recreation has park cleanup once or twice a month. Different cities have cleanup events. It could be going to environmental, trying to think, this is not, so Earth Day is in the spring semester, but in the fall, um, yeah, just a lot of cleanup, pulling invasive weeds, trash. There's just a lot if you look through your local community. If you need help finding anything, reach out to me and I can try to see what I can come up with in your area that will work. Sometimes it's like an environmental fair. You can volunteer to like help work at a booth or maybe even just attend the affair or like a talk or something that they have there. Um, if you're in doubt if it will qualify, just send me an email and I'll let you know. This is how you'll be graded. Makeup and late work. So I don't accept late work. I do, however, give you partial credit. So if you're just out of time and you only have half an assignment due, I'll give you half of those points for it. Now, if something comes up, let me know in advance before the due date, and I will most likely work with you. Let's say you're sick, a family member's sick, a child or something. Just let me know, and I'll usually give you an extension. If you don't let me know until after the due date, though, then you're kind of out of luck. I mean, obviously, if you get in a wreck or something like on the due date, I understand that it would not have been possible for you to give me advance notice. And so just let me know when you can in a situation like that, as well as, I'll need proof. So, like a doctor's note or something, obituary if you have a family member or you attended a funeral or something. Um, let's see, coming down here to the calendar. So here's what you'll see. You'll do the two chapters. So the SMART book, and then the question assignment, and then the discussion board for either. So like here, second week of school, August 30th is when everything is due. That's a Sunday. You'll We'll be looking at chapter 1, chapter 16, two assignments for each, as well as the discussion board. You come down to the end of this unit that I'm calling foundations. You'll have the two Google Earth assignments and then the quiz, and it will repeat like that. End of the unit, a quiz with the two Google Earth assignments. And so this is how it's organized. If I come out of this and I go to um, this calendar here, has it in like a calendar look. These are in red when things are due. This is that mandatory syllabus assignment. So you're not called a no-show. Here's where I have to report those to the school. So black are kind of school-wide events. And then here is when everything's due. So everything is due on Sunday, except for the final project. All right, that is due on a Friday. Grades, I have to post final grades on this Monday. However, they're due kind of early in the day where I can't access it early in the day. So I put in final grades on Sunday. Do not make the mistake, since everything else is due on Sunday, of assuming the final is also due on Sunday. That is due on Friday. And that gives me about a day to grade it before I enter in final grades into the system. Otherwise, you can see we've got the assignments here on Sundays. And that gives you pretty much the week to get everything done. Let me look at. So Thanksgiving, you do have a little break here in Thanksgiving. Um, where you don't have anything due that Sunday after Thanksgiving. It would be wise to maybe start working on this final project with that little break you have. Now, if I just go through so in the Start Here module, you've got the basic introduction things. There are some McGraw-Hill Connect resources. So if McGraw-Hill is messing up, like tech-wise, I can't do anything about that, but you can call them here. And here's a little orientation for McGraw-Hill. You can watch this too, or I think there's an assignment with it. Here's that syllabus quiz. And then we work down to week 1, which is kind of just a simple, a little practice with the Google Earth assignments and Connect, a meet and greet introduction, module overview. This kind of just tells you what the module is going to cover and what you'll be doing. Week 2, we start the actual chapters. And so you'll see there's 2 folders, one for each chapter. If I expand that out, we have some lectures. My lectures were recorded about a year ago, and I think a couple of them have like kind of like time stamped little tidbits that I probably shouldn't have put in there, thinking, if I use this again next year, maybe this current event is no longer current. But if you think at one point in time, whatever was happening during my recording, it was current at the time, but the science and everything stays the same. Then you'll have the 2 assignments, go down second chapter, same thing, lectures. You can listen to the lectures. You don't have to. If it helps you, great. That's why I recorded them. If they don't help, you can lean on the smart book. It's up to you how you want to learn. And then here is the discussion. And then you have to respond to 2 other posts. These responses are also graded, so make sure you turn those in. See, I think that's about it. Scrolling down to the very end of class. This is where you'll have that extra credit. You can turn that in. You'll get the instructions here, and then there's the final. And I think that's it. Welcome to class and reach out if you have any questions.